In this video, now that we've got the instrument assembled, we're going to talk about how to properly hold it so that you'll be able to play in just a little bit. All right, so we've got our instrument put together. So I want to point out a couple of things. I mentioned earlier, as you put the slide and the bell together, you want to check this angle. Now again, depending on the size of your hand, you may have to adjust that a little closer or a little further out, but pretty much it's going to be letter L. Trombone is really one of the more difficult instruments to hold because it's kind of awkward. So we want to start with our left hand on holding it. Our left hand, again, there's our letter L. So we want to put the thumb and the first finger, go right there so that your thumb is over the bar. I'm going to take my first finger and I'm going to put it on top of the mouthpiece like this. And that may say, well, why? What does it matter? This is really going to help you balance the instrument, and it may seem like a insignificant thing at the beginning, but it'll be very important later as you hold the instrument and work the slide. So I've got my thumb there, first finger right on top of the mouthpiece, and that's why you might have to adjust the angle. If your hands are small, you need to bring it a little closer, that's fine. Thumb, first finger, my other three fingers are just going to wrap around in this area right here. So thumb behind this bar, first finger on top, my other three fingers here. And you want to make sure that you don't put a finger down here. It's really easy and painful to get a little finger caught there when you bring the slide back in sometimes. You'll only do that once. Okay, so the other thing is if I've got my instrument here in my left hand, I can always put my little finger down here and just for safety, hold on to the slide. Your left hand is actually what's going to hold the instrument. Okay? The right hand is going to be free to operate the slide. So, two fingers, thumb. Live long and prosper. You may have to look that reference up. On the bottom slide, top bottom, I'm going to put two fingers on top of it, two on the bottom, and my thumb is back here behind on this bar. This allows me to play with my wrist this way, and that's going to be the best flow for the slide. Then it goes up so that it's not bell up this way with your elbow sticking out, but just a natural V position. My elbows are comfortably down to the side. They're not out here. They're not all hunched in, but just comfortably like this. And then this bar is going to rest right here. This is called your water key. Just gently touch that and it opens, and the condensation that happens when you're playing will collect down here, and you don't have to like force it out. If you just open it and give a little, that's all. And if you can't reach that, please avoid putting it on the floor, grabbing it with your feet. Do that. Make sure you do it on a surface that is approved to empty on. Don't empty it on the dog or your friends or mom's carpet. One of the things I mentioned was that these instruments are not toys, and you need to treat them very, very delicately, like grandma's fine china. And you have a case to put the instrument in, carry it from your house to the band room and elsewhere, but remember that the case is just there for carrying and some protection. It's molded plastic, so if you sit on it at the bus stop, it'll kind of mess the case up and it might not latch properly, so that might cause the horn to fall out. The other thing is if you sit on it, it can twist the instrument, which can make the slides come out of alignment, maybe put a little bit of stress on some of these braces here that it could cause some damage later on. So case is good for transportation, And case is good to keep the instrument in and keep it safe, but it's not furniture to sit on or drag down the hall or kick down the hall on your way to the band room. So be careful with the case, just as you're careful with the instrument.